Hello and welcome to my shop. This is Jim Dedman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. Hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll be doing something interesting, so hang around, let's have fun. In the lathe you see a piece of material. I'm thinking it's a piece of 08620. I'm not rightly sure. We'll know. But today's project, should I choose to accept it, is I've got some cut slitting saws that's quite a bit larger than the arbor I have. And it was just an imported arbor. So I'm going to make me an arbor. I've got me what they call over here on the, before I pull the lathe off a second, I've got me a JID, a Jim assisted drawing, pencil drawing. I don't do CAD. If I really need something in CAD, I have a friend up Kaiser that's a whiz at it. I get him to do my CAD work for me. When I need CAD, I'll call my buddy Jeff up. Say I need something. Or I text my buddy Jeff up and say, I need a little something from you. And what we're going to do here today is face this piece of stock off and drill it, and I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to drill and tap this side, and I'm going to probably rough this stuff down to kind of close to where I want it. I'm going to finish turning everything between centers. The plan is that way I'll have a really true surface to work with. And the other thing with this particular arbor, I'm going to design it, and I'm going to use a piece of threaded rod to go in this one end. And then my capture duct is going to be out of a piece of hex stock, so that I'll be able to do what I need to do. I may turn out, I'm thinking I'm just going to turn the one side down, everything between centers. But what I'm going to do first is face this side off, go ahead and get my drill and tap holes in it for my threaded rod. And I think I'm going to machine everything off of I'm going to try to machine everything between centers on this, so it'll be as true as I can make it. Here we go, drilling a hole. I'm going to go in there a good ways. I got to get some threads in this, so for my rod to attach to, and to have some room to tap. So about a ½ inch or so. It's not. I don't want it to break. Well, it's going to be a little longer than a half. I need to check it. Excuse me a second. What I'm starting to do right now is just rough this out. And I'm going to rough it down and leave me somewhere around about 50 thousandths, the biggest diameter, while I've got it between centers. So I won't have to grab as much and stuff while I'm between centers. Anyway, I got to come down a lot. Over about 750 now, so I won't be down to there. So I like at least 200 or 300 thousandths. something moved. The lady's pushing the damn part. That's what it's doing. Chuck's moving because it's not holding it, pushing it. Get your feet back and all. I've been cutting a little bit. I've had to do, you know, I've got a little bit more to go. I had to open the door. It's sort of smoky when I'm moving this much off. So we're going to move. I want it to be around 350 to 4. I want about 100. I want at least 100 thousandths to work with when I get it between the centers. As far as the main. The steps, I'm going to work them in as I get down to them. I'll just take little light cuts. But, you know, this is just a piece, it's the closest piece I had. Well, I have some others. This is some good material here. That's one reason I wanted to use it. It's some good, solid material. It's a piece of that scrap truck transmission shaft, I believe is what it is. I believe it's a piece 8620. So I know I'm right now about 590 or so, and I'd like to be down to at least 400, 350 to 400. And with the Grizzly, you can't take the, you know, probably 60 thousandths cuts. This material is set up, so I'm moving it off a little at a time. I'll bring you back when I get it roughed. I may not bring you back till I flip it, probably. Now I've got it flipped around here. I dug out my pool disc because I need to keep the door closed. It's smoking a good bit. And we're going to trim this side. I had to go to DNMG too, so by now I'm just kind of finding my way. And this side's going to be roughed down too. So we're going to rough this side down, face the front, and then we'll set up between the centers. It's going to take a little while to rough this down. Like I say, when I get it roughed out, I'll bring you back. Right now, I just don't have the dog I need. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn this to size. And then we're going to put the drive dog in and turn the step to the other side. So to run out, well, hopefully it'll be close. I don't know, I may turn the machine around too. this is going to be the end that fits in the 3/4, basically, collar. So we're going to turn this down to 750. Got a ways to go, so take a lot of passes, and I'll bring you back. I'm really cool this because actually it's a little cooler, and I really won't go to the door today, and the oil cutting oil is stinking the place up, smoking. This should be the last pass here. Get me right on 3/4, and then, you know, plus or minus. I want it real close to 3/4. Measure this right quick now and see if I'm on 3/4, then we'll just back tape this up and be done with it. Well, it's a 1/2 thousandths under 3/4. Is that good enough for you? I'm sorry, that's not quite good enough. If it isn't, leave a comment in it below. That looks pretty darn good to me. I had to do a little bit of work, and what we ended up doing was turning it. Then I ended up taking this V&MG tool and making a relief in the back here. You know, I've got just a little bit of clearance, and that just sets up our nice and flush. And so it just sets on there just like that, good and flush like I wanted it to. It's got just a little bit of a step, and I'm going to have to kind of massage the corners off of this, and then we've got to go ahead and work on the nut. I polished it up a little bit of Scotch-Brite just to make it sort of smoother and all. So this is going to be the shank for this, and so now I've got to make the nut, and I'm going to make the nut, and I'm actually literally going to make a nut out of a piece of hex. I think it's going to be big enough, and then we got to figure out a few other little things. This has got some more work, may not finish today. The original plan was to use a 1-inch, or to use a piece of hex stock I had for a nut. Well, that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally drill and tap this snap to be threaded too. We'll put the threaded rod in and we'll thread it. We'll put a hole in this to use like a spanner wrench to tighten it. We just use 2 spanner wrenches. I think that's what I may do. I may just go ahead and drill it out and hunt it and see if I can find an Allen screw. Okay, we're drilling. What I'm going to do is drill this out and put a countersink set Allen screw in it to tighten it. And this is just going to be a washer. And I happen to have in the building some 3/8/16 Allen screws. I found one. And that's going to simplify the whole process here. Again, I'm not going to use a button head. I'm going to use a regular Allen screw because that's what I've got. And then we'll just make the washer thick enough to compensate for it. Here goes the countersink. me go get my screw. I'm trying something new today. I've never used my tool mist to do cutoff work. I need to turn this washer back a little more. And before I do that, I'm going to have to face this off a little bit. So what I'm doing, and I forgot to do this, is set there a second. So I need to deburr my counterbolt there. Everything's nice and ready to go. I've got it all locked down. So I'm just going to hand feed this thing down with the coolant on it. And we're going to flip it over and we'll face it off. I'm really turning the coolant stuff up. One of the things I think I had my Gibbs too tight and it caused it to feed funky. And then I think the insert, actually the other insert got a chip in it. This one's just going fine. This is 8620 by the way, so I'll bring you back. The part is so cool you can pick it up fairly comfortable. Now all I gotta do is face it and chamfer it up good. We'll do that. I have a little bit of an unusual situation here. Normally if you go put a keyway on a shaft, all you're going to do is keyway it here. Since we're going to have to go a 1/4 inch back up into the part, we also have to put a key, we basically have to cut the keyway here. And this makes it interesting. So basically I'm going to have to set 2 zeros. The first one's here to work from. And I just prefer to work off the knee. I don't have a DRO on mine. That's something maybe I'll do in the future, is put, either build one or put one on it. But that's the future, you know, that's kind of my future plans here. Maybe we'll install a quill, and I just haven't got around to it. So with that being said, what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to do it sort of simple. I'm going to basically go ahead and I've got my DRO 0 set here. I'm going to go back to 1/4 inch or 250. And in fact, I'm going to go back a little more because half of the radius is 100. So I'm going to go back a little bit more, approximately 300 thousandths. I'm going to have to round this key and fit it in there. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be interesting. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of get started. I'll kind of bring you back and I get ready to do the finishing. This is the last little bit. This is the last 25 thousandths. To give us the 125 thousandths, to give us the 1/4 inch key that's going to fit right here. So we're going to go ahead and we'll cut that. All the way back to my number. You know, you can break a 1/4 inch key. It's not like a itty bitty one. I'm being very careful with this because I've got this big step in the back. All right, that's 250, 125 right there. Hopefully that'll be enough. I won't have to massage the key any. All right, let me bring this out now. Show you what we've got. Okay, here we go. This is the completed part with the key in it. and I got to edit something. I've cut the key off by hand, and then I filed and I've sanded, and I've got it on. Now I'm gonna blue this thing up right quick, be ready. Okay, there it is, completely finished up. I blued it. You know, I used the cream blue like gunsmiths. There's my screw. So all we got to do now is just put it together, which is simple enough. All right, then that just lays there on top. Screw goes right down in there like this. And I gotta go get an Allen wrench. I know which one it is, so hold loose. I hope you enjoyed the video. So let's put a disclaimer out of the way. This video is my idea how to do things. It's not the only way. So I hope you enjoyed it today. The other thing, comments are always welcome. Please take the time, if you feel so inclined, to make a comment on my videos. Also, I appreciate all my subscribers, the new ones and the new ones. And finally, the other disclaimer. This is a copyrighted production of James Dedman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs, for your enjoyment on YouTube. Thank you, have a great day, and we will see you in the next video.